Picks, Stan the Fan
This isn't
shows.
one more thing?
No, this is not one more thing. And this is the first time we've done picks in the same location in like
3 years.
Legitimately 3 years.
Yeah.
He's Stan the Fan Charles. I'm Glenn Clark. I think this is also how the audio version of Glenn Clark Radio is starting today because we're kind of, just being honest with you, we're kind of all over the place today. That's the way it goes. I got an event I got to get out and do. We're making things happen. That's the way it goes. We're making things happen. Stan the Fan, let's get into it.
I don't remember because we've been scattered this week. I don't remember our records.
Well,
last
I won.
Year. That's the important
yes,
thing.
that's
You
the
won.
important thing.
Okay.
I won.
All right.
I actually have no idea if I won or not. I'm
and now,
just saying
a year later,
I
you're
won.
an expert on betting, though.
Oh, sure.
Talk
sure. That's correct. Check my bank account. You'll see what an expert I am.
Is Tiafo going to win tonight?
That'd be really great if he did. I couldn't bet it. I couldn't bet it. Just because Alcaraz is such a machine, but God, it would be amazing if he did.
How much is it, real quick? Because I know we're
all right, we got it.
Okay.
Let's do the picks, and we'll talk about that during Glenn Clark Radio today. All right, let's do that.
All right, let's go.
Picks this week. We'll start with the Ravens game. Normally we have our paddles. We also moved studios since the last time we did picks. I have no idea where the paddles are. We're just gonna figure it all out next week. Week 2 will be a well-oiled machine,
exactly,
and well-oiled because we have a photo shoot to do. Stan.
Very good. Very good.
The line in the Ravens game is the Ravens travel to East Rutherford, New Jersey, to take on the Jets in Week 1. The Ravens are favored by 6.5 points. Of course, our lines are courtesy of FanDuel, where you can go down to the FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel and make all your bets. Stan, I guess if you're going to go Ravens, let's just give it a thumbs up on 3. If you're going to go Jets, thumbs down. All right? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you and I are in agreement on this.
Yeah.
I don't love being this significant of a road favorite in Week 1 just because we don't know enough about these teams. I didn't like the Bills being road favorites last night. I picked them, but I didn't like them being road favorites last night. I never like road favorites in Week 1 just because we seriously don't know nearly enough about these teams just yet to say distinctive things. But
the case last night, real quick, was that Buffalo really wanted to make a statement. It was a statement game for the Bills, and Von Miller played an outrageous
well, yes, he was
game.
unbelievable. That seems like money well spent.
This game, though, I think the Ravens are going to want to make a team-wide statement that the 8 and 9 is really in the rearview mirror. And I know there's a lot of question marks. We know Ronnie Stanley most likely isn't playing because he didn't practice yesterday. But I just think the Ravens have too much. I don't think Robert Saleh has this all figured out just yet in East Rutherford. And I like the Ravens.
And
in
I
the
just don't
game.
fear the Joe Flacco revenge game thing.
No,
I can't pretend.
I've got that in my best bet of the week. I'm using the revenge factor.
Okay.
But I don't think Joe Flacco, at this point in his career, with this particular team, you put him with like the Buffalo Bills, he would have a chance to win 12 games with a team that good. With a team this bad, he doesn't move the needle enough, to me, to keep this football game very close. And I think the Ravens, first of all, will make them one-dimensional. I don't think they will run the football well at all, the Jets.
I don't think the Jets are going to be. I think they have some pieces. I think they're on paper not as bad as they've been in the past. Just not yet at a place where I think they're ready. So that's where we are. We're in agreement upon that. The way we do this afterwards, we always do lock winners and lock losers. We didn't really go in order this week. We just kind of threw picks together. So you want to start?
I'll start.
All right.
My lock winner, I'm using that exact theory that you had, which is the revenge factor.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot frankly believe. I mean, I did hear. I've been following the news for weeks and weeks. Deshaun Watson is not playing quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
No,
correct?
not for some time. Jacoby Brissett
is
yes.
Okay. I think there's a huge revenge factor in this football game. It's at Carolina, which makes the home field advantage to me even greater.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that I think these fans are going to get behind it. I think Baker Mayfield is one of the most motivated players. I picked him as comeback player of the year in our bets.
In the Print Issue Press Box, which is available right now.
A press box. I can't see how they're an underdog in this football game.
I hear you. I look. I still think the Browns have a better roster than the Panthers do, but I get it. I do get it. And Baker Mayfield really being
I think
unlike
he's really going to be
I don't think
motivated.
Joe Flacco is really pissed off at the Baltimore Ravens. I think he's
Exactly.
far beyond that. Baker Mayfield is pissed the F off
Yeah.
at the Cleveland Browns. So I understand the argument.
All right, I'm making it very simple. That's
Yep.
who I like as
My-
my lock winner.
My lock winner
and I'm
this
getting
week,
a point and a half.
I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. My lock winner this week is getting 3.5 points.
Yeah.
And that's really the reason, because I don't love either one of these two teams more than the other. And, of course, the last time these two teams got together, it was one of the best games of the year last year. We remember how the season ended on a Sunday night last year, where we thought it was going to end in a tie and the Steelers were going to be kept out of the playoffs, but instead drama at the end of overtime. The Raiders and Chargers get back together to open the season this year, and I don't understand why the Raiders would be more than 3-point dogs. And that, to me, is the story of this. The story is I think these two teams are even. And if you tell me I think there are two even teams and one of them is getting 3.5 points, to me, I have to take that team. I have to. It's within my blood. I like the Chargers. I like Justin Herbert. I like everything about what they did. I like the fact they added in more on defense and Khalil Mack, and I like J.C. Jackson, obviously, a ton. But to tell me that the Raiders, who I don't know if you heard, added in Devontae Adams, have you heard of him? To tell me that they, a team that was actually better than the Chargers a year ago, are getting 3.5 points, I'm going to have to take that. They don't have to win the game. They could lose a thriller. And again, these teams played a thriller at the end of the season a year ago. So give me the Raiders plus the 3.5 on the road.
Real quick, a guy that I follow is from the Las Vegas Sun. He'd make a great guest, by the way. Case Kiefer.
Okay.
He's their points expert. He takes the Chargers, and he's in Las Vegas. Takes the Chargers -3. The Raiders would have probably been the pick at the opening price of 4, but the move is too significant. Even with the expected absence of Chargers cornerback J.C. Jackson, Los Angeles has the more well-rounded roster, even without the prized free agent acquisition.
I don't really understand the difference between 4 and 3 being that significant, because I'm getting at 3.5. I don't really think that would move.
I was just giving you his.
I wouldn't make it my lock winner at 3 for what it's worth. It's you can lose by a field goal and I still win. I think these are
that's his point.
Right. I think this is a 50-50 game.
He has it in his. He has likes, leans, and guesses. This is in a Las Vegas paper. He's got it as his guess. One of his guesses.
All right, Stan, let's get to lock losers. I'm going to throw a number out at you that I was given in the Action Network this week that blew my mind. Teams that won 4 to 6 games, 4 or 5 or 6 games the previous year, have gone 70, 34, and 2 against the spread in Week 1 the following season since 2005. I don't know why that is. I'm going to guess it's because they're significantly devalued and the lines end up being pretty big. And as we keep saying, we don't really know what a team is this early in the season. So the lines are a little bit off. So I started looking for a number that might match that for me. What's a game where there was a team that got 4, 5, or 6 wins a year ago that I think it's a little bit off? And the one that I found, I don't love the Titans. I just don't. I think a lot of people are feeling as though the Titans are about to take a step backwards. The Titans...
It feels that way to me, too.
-5.5 against the Giants. And I'm telling you, I love the Giants. I don't. How could I love a team with Daniel Jones as their quarterback? But I don't love the Titans. And they're adjusting to life without A.J. Brown. And even if Derrick Henry is completely healthy, they're going to want to play that style of game, which is more of a grinded-out, low-scoring type of game. So the scenario where the Giants can stay within 5 points of the Titans is very significant to me. I also think there's a chance the Titans end up just coming back to the earth a little bit this season. So I'm going to take the Titans as my lock loser at -5.5 as I try to find a team that fits this mold.
I'm in agreement with you that the Tennessee Titans look to me to be about ready to take a slide backwards. I couldn't take them in this position.
I hear you.
So I don't like them, but I'll give you my team, and it's just ironic that I get 2 revenge games in 1 week, and we get the Joe Flacco revenge topic to talk about. But my other revenge factor, I see the Seattle Seahawks at home as a 6.5-point underdog. I think they get overwhelmed by Russell Wilson. So Seattle Seahawks with Russell Wilson returning to his former home and wanting to just shove it up Pete Carroll's, his, what do you call it, a pursuit?
Yeah, sure, whatever you want to call it, I'll go with it.
Except arse. You can't say arse on the radio. Anyway, I like the Seattle Seahawks as my lock loser. The Denver Broncos are 6.5-point favorite. They've got a new coach whose name escapes me right now. Do you know it?
Nathaniel Hackett.
That's it, Nathaniel Hackett. Always been waiting for his first game to take him as a favorite.
Okay.
I like Russell Wilson to destroy Seattle. Geno Smith's one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen.
Well, I don't disagree with that. I can't believe he's starting in the NFL in 2022. All right, Stan, we're going to let everybody enjoy that. Those are our picks for the week. Here's the way this is going to go. We're going to start Glenn Clark Radio a little bit early today. So if you're with us on video live, refresh. We're going to be back in a minute. If you're with us on the audio, just hang tight. We're going to start Glenn Clark Radio in just about 60 seconds.